frickin' go with the cliffhanger again.
Mom.
I mean, I'd take it over the kids saying mom, mom 5 times over. Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. This is going to be doing my final review for this year for The Walking Dead Season 11, Part A, which is the first part of the final season of The Walking Dead. This is for our half-season finale, we're going to call it, for The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 8, titled For Blood.
They're all over out there.
The enemy is close. They will not escape this time.
Okay guys, this is going to be doing a review for today. This one's going to be doing the video for The Walking Dead. This one's going to be doing my video review for the final episode of this year for The Walking Dead Season 11 final season. This is for the 8th episode and the final episode of the first part of 3 of the final season of The Walking Dead. Episode 8, titled For Blood. So, over the last couple of weeks, we've kind of been, caught on this whole trend of what exactly to call this episode in general. Mid-season finale, just finale of something. So we're going to go ahead and call it the half-season finale, because that's really the best thing I can kind of come up with at the moment. But, okay, guys, let's talk about it. So this is a packed episode. I mean, we have a lot going on in this episode, and we have a lot to discuss. So let's just jump right into it, right? So, this mid-season finale was huge. It was a huge episode. We saw a lot go down, and spoiler warning, because we're going to get into it now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pope is frickin' dead. So, wow, honestly. Now, I would be more excited if it wasn't spoiled for me. I'm gonna be honest about that. I'm gonna be straight up honest about that. I'm not gonna act like I was shocked, because I knew that he was gonna get killed, and I knew that Leah was gonna flip, and I knew that this whole thing was unfortunately gonna happen. But there were still some surprises for me in here that weren't spoiled for me at the same time. So just kind of gonna say right off the bat, the Reapers as villains, wow. Obviously they aren't done, because Leah is still alive, and, obviously we've ended on a major cliffhanger that is really going to kind of set things up for the back half of the season here. But I do predict that in the 9th episode, we're going to see things wrap up, and I do think that the Reapers that are left will fall by episode 9, and then episode 10 will be moving into a new territory. I really think, and this is the best kind of throwback, and if you guys are wondering, like, Dan, I know you say in your reviews every week, what's the callback for this week? The callback for this week in the final season, I would say at least, is the No Way Out situation and the No Way Out feel of these episodes. And when I say these episodes, I mean episodes 8 and 9, because this episode felt like a updated version of the start to finish episode years ago in The Walking Dead Season 6, if you guys remember, where you had Rick and you had our survivors going through the herd, and you had a big herd in Alexandria, and the wall fell, and some of our survivors kind of had no choice but to open up the door and just kind of go out there and fight. It really, like, Rosita had like a Rick moment in this one for me. Which was really cool. But this is what I mean by it feels very much like start to finish and No Way Out with episodes 8 and 9, is because we got some of it, we got ourselves a cliffhanger, and then by episode 9, we're going to get, like, the rest of this stuff, is what I'm assuming. Like, we'll get the rest of the fight with the Reapers, we're going to get the rest of the fight in Alexandria, and we'll do predictions coming up on how exactly I think that's going to go, because I think we're going to have some cool surprises by episode 9, and some predictions that I really would like to share with y'all. But let's talk about it. So basically, Maggie and them lead the herd to Meridian. You've got Pope that sends one of his guys out there to kind of turn it around, and Maggie and Negan kind of trap him, and then he kind of gets devoured. So really cool kind of way to start off the episode there. But basically, we've got Alexandria, we've got a storm that hit, of course, and it basically blows down portion of the wall, as we can kind of see, and that's not good, because obviously you got families in there, you got little kids, you got Judith, you got Aaron and them. Good thing is you've got Connie with them now as well too. And they kind of decide to set up kind of a team that'll kind of go out and fight, and then a team that will stay inside and kind of protect. And that is essentially what it is. Virgil decides he wants to go with them, but Virgil decides he's going to kind of stay back. So we get a very interesting scene as some of our survivors go out there. Judith keeps an eye on Gracie for Aaron, almost in a way. And we get kind of our survivors that basically decide to go out and fight and try to get Alexandria back in good shape during the storm. But you get a few others that stay back, like Rosita, Lydia, Diane, and, a couple others as Aaron and them are out there. And you get a really, really interesting scene between Virgil and Judith. Now, basically, we get Judith that actually asks about Michonne and do you know where she is? And Virgil insists that he doesn't. And it's, it's kind of a nice moment between the two of them there. But says that, Michonne, there's a lot of Michonne and Judith. And with Michonne, wherever she is, there's a lot of Judith in her too, wow, did I actually like a nice moment from Virgil? Yeah, I think I did, I still don't like Virgil. He still pissed me off in season 10. But unlike others, you see a lot of fans, they kind of came to me in episode 6 a few weeks ago, and they're like, Dan, you don't agree with the fact that Virgil's a changed man? He seems pretty different to me. And I was just like, no, I don't trust him. You know what it took? I'm going to be honest. You know what it took? Him talking to Judith like that. The way he said that, okay, you got me on that. I have trust issues with this guy. I'm starting to see what y'all are seeing in Virgil, okay? I'm starting to see it. I'm still not 100% there, but this episode kind of helped me realize why some people are kind of starting to see that he is definitely changing. So that was a nice moment between them. But basically, let's talk about the badass moment with Rosita. Hang on one second here. I am not a huge Rosita fan over the last couple seasons, but this was freaking sick. Where she gets her weapon and she buys them enough time, and she basically decides to, Diane opens the door, she goes out there, and can we please mention the frickin' visuals and the music and the way it was done? It was cinematic. It was so cool. As she goes out there, you got the thunder, the lightning, she's going out there, she's killing a bunch of the dead, you've got this amazing soundtrack over it. Dude, whoever the hell directed and edited this thing, props to y'all, because this was freaking incredible, honestly. And, she kind of comes back in there, silhouette at the door. She comes in there with her weapon, and she's like, all right, let's, make sure that doesn't happen again, Really cool. Really like that scene a lot. But basically, one of the windows does break. You get kind of the walkers that start kind of pushing in, unfortunately. And you've got Gracie that kind of wants a weapon. She wants to be able to defend herself like Judith and Rosita. And we unfortunately get kind of a cliffhanger on their end with this episode where they're trapped. Both Judith and Gracie are trapped in a, it looks to be flooded basement, and it's flooding quickly because the rain's moving in. And it looks like Judith and Gracie are kind of trapped in this flooded basement. So we'll have to see where that goes. But it's a very interesting cliffhanger nevertheless. So yeah, really interesting stuff there. Now let's get to the Daryl stuff, okay? So Maggie and them lead their way through. Pope is questioning Daryl a good ways through, which now we can understand why he is. But basically, Daryl kind of, and them, they all kind of get ready. You've got kind of some landmines that they set off. And Maggie and the crew basically kind of have to move around it as Elijah is, helped by Negan. And they still have to kind of be pushing in. But basically, you get Maggie and Gabriel that are kind of going around the wall. And you've got this one Reaper here, which is the same one of last week that Daryl gave a smoke to. Well, he does it again. He gives him a cigarette, and basically in this version, and this time, he pretends to drop the match, right? So then the Reaper goes down, and then Daryl's just like, okay, knife out, kills him, throws his body over the frickin' wall, and looks at Maggie, and he's like, that way, And it's just like, yes, oh man, frickin' love it. He basically goes, and he unlocks the room, of course. He basically, lets Maggie and Gabe in. Gabe gets in the tower. Maggie gets in the truck. She starts it up. A Reaper notices it, but she gets away in time. And basically, as the walkers move towards the wall and they're kind of trying to maintain it, Maggie drives that truck right through the frickin' thing. Right through the wall to open it up. And here's another reference. Just like I said before, we get 2 references in this mid-season finale. A truck driving through to let walkers in. Right? It's just, but this time it's done from the inside, not the outside like Daryl did in season 8. And this time we're for it. Except last couple seasons ago when Daryl did it, we were like, you freaking idiot. This time, Daryl's awesome in this episode, and Maggie drives the truck through and let the walkers in. freaking great reference there as well too, or callback. So that was also fantastic. But basically, the walkers are moving in. A bunch of the Reapers have to fight, and Daryl breaks the truth to Leah. So he tells her that that is his family. He tells her that he basically lied to her, and that's what he wanted to talk to her about last episode. Leah is very upset that he lied to her, but he says that Daryl says that he did it for family, right? So they decide, as Pope kind of goes up there, and Leah covers for Daryl. She's like Pope's like, what are y'all talking about? And Leah's like, family. And he's like, family, you know? And basically, Pope decides, because Leah's almost halfway, like she doesn't know if she wants to rat out Daryl or, do this or that. But when she finds out the Pope doesn't even care about his men down there that are fighting the dead, and that just fired this big thing full of arrows anyway, Leah's just like, okay, you've completely lost your mind. So she takes action, and let's not delay it any further. Leah kills Pope in a brutal way. She stabs him, she lets him bleed out, and then she finishes him off. Holy frig, man. And I just, man. So Pope as a villain, Pope as a character in his death scene, I loved it. Honestly, I freaking loved it. I know it came out of nowhere, and you could say maybe, the Pope character could have lasted longer, but I'm sorry. I think this was a mind-blowing ending to a character and to a villain. And essentially, now, okay, this is one thing that kind of frustrates me. She decides to stay with the Reapers and basically rats out Daryl. So Daryl runs before he gets caught, and Carver's like, look, I told you not to trust him. And basically, Daryl gets the hell out of Dodge, and you've got Maggie and Negan that are basically standing there. And this is when I was just like, damn it, Leah. She freaking gets the weapon back with the arrows, points it towards Negan and Maggie and the herd that are inside, and she lets it fire. Oh, man. And, well, that's our cliffhanger this year. So, frig me. This was a fantastic episode, but damn it, that cliffhanger, man. Now, we know that Maggie and Negan are going to be fine. We know that, it's all going to work out. If anything, they'll get injured, but I don't think anything bad's going to happen to them, like bad, like they'll die or something. But let me just frickin' say, one hell of a mid-season finale, half-season finale, whatever. I loved it. I absolutely love this episode, and I think it was an awesome way to go out for the first half of this season. So I'm giving this a 10. I don't have any flaws with this. I don't have any issues with this episode. And honestly, I'm very excited for the return next year. It's going to be a little bit, but that is the first part of 3 of the Walking Dead final season. Epic final season? Yeah, damn right it is. So, anyway, let me know in the comment section below, what did you guys think about this episode of The Walking Dead? Write your comments in the comment section below. And of course, guys, if you're new here, click to subscribe and tune in some of my videos for The Walking Dead. Follow Dan's Walking Dead subscribe, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for, oh yeah, we got to review World Beyond. Okay, I'll see you guys soon for that. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Anybody out there?